What is it about hemp that's so controversial? Why is it always in the news lately? And is it only because it's tied to medical marijuana? Can it be good? I'll leave the legal discussion to the lawyers. What I'm interested in are potential health benefits. You know, hemp, cannabis, that plant that can be legally grown all over the world and is often used in marijuana production. With all this news, I decided to do a little digging and to try to figure out why hemp is so controversial. I mean, hard liquor is legal and it has no redeeming health qualities whatsoever. So does hemp have any redeeming qualities? We'll find out. With us is the author of Cancer, Step Outside the Box, Ty Bollinger. Hi, Ty. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you, Carol.
One of the really incredible things I was reading about in your book was hemp.
Yeah.
Marijuana, basically.
Right.
Tell us the history of hemp, because I found this quite unusual.
Well, hemp has the reputation now as being this evil weed. But the medicinal history of hemp is quite fascinating. Back as far back as the 1930s, there were medicinal hemp tinctures in almost every pharmacy in the United States.
Hang on, I want to go even further back.
Yeah.
Didn't you write in your book that Washington and Jefferson and Lincoln and all these presidents actually grew hemp, so it was legal to grow everywhere?
It did.
And they could use it as they wanted to use it?
Yes, as a matter of fact, some farmers in the colony of Virginia were required to grow hemp. And so it's such a good fiber, very good for making clothes, a lot of different industrial uses for hemp.
Ford thought it was strong enough to make a car out of it, and he did. It was as strong as steel.
Yeah, one of the first Model Ts was actually made from hemp, and it ran on hemp fuel.
And then the enemy of hemp was William Randolph Hearst.
With paper. Well, yeah,
Explain
with the newspapers. That. Well, hemp is a much more efficient way to make paper. In 1 acre of hemp, you can do 10 times the amount of paper than 1 acre of trees.
So why did he want it outlawed?
Because he owned thousands of acres of forest that when he owned paper.
So this was a political thing. It had really nothing to do with hemp itself.
Exactly. It really didn't. It was more about the money. It was more about eliminating the competition. And so that's why hemp was demonized and thought of as this evil weed. They put out propaganda films like Reefer Madness and so forth to make people afraid of hemp. When in reality, that's one small use of hemp, the recreational use, which is we call it marijuana. But that was a slang term that they developed to make people afraid of it.
Oh, heck, Mary Jane, doobies, everything. I mean,
exactly.
they've got a lot of slang terms for it. So in the 1930s, they made tinctures. What were they making the tinctures for, and why were they doing these tinctures?
Well, I mean, the medicinal uses of hemp are just numerous. The hemp helps, well, we can talk about the cancer effects of hemp, but it helps with inflammation. It's very anti-inflammatory. It helps with seizures. It's very effective with PTSD for the vets that are coming back that have post-traumatic traumatic stress disorder. Mm-hmm. Very effective at treating that. It's an anti-inflammatory. But then the uses of hemp for cancer, what I've studied, because of my book, Cancer, Step Outside the Box, and the number of cancers, there's about a dozen different cancers that have been studied in depth with medicinal marijuana with hemp. And so the studies, from brain cancer to prostate cancer to pancreatic cancer, uterine cancer, cervical cancer, prostate cancer, it's amazing.
Okay, so what is in hemp that it's this THC, correct?
Well, there's chemicals that are called cannabinoids.
Right.
THC is short for delta-9 tetrahydrocannabinol.
I'm glad you said it because I couldn't.
That's the only time I'll get it right. I'm glad I got it right. So that's the one, THC is the one cannabinoid that everyone's familiar with. That's the one that's psychoactive, and that's the one that gets you high if you smoke it.
Okay.
But there's other cannabinoids. One is called CBD, cannabidiol, and it's very medicinally used. There's no psychoactive component of CBD.
So what do? Extract these to make tinctures, or you can make tea out of? You
can make tea. You can eat it. It's a great superfood. You're into raw. A lot of people use raw hemp in their superfoods.
Well, do you get high off of hemp if you eat it as a superfood?
No, well,
or just the seeds.
You've got to heat the THC to make it become psychoactive. So people that eat the plant, they put in a smoothie. You know, the super green smoothies. Right. You're not going to get high off of that because you didn't superheat it.
But is it then, if you put it in a smoothie like that, is it good prevention to cancer?
It is. It's very well. It's got a perfect ratio of omega-3 to 6 fatty acids. It's got more GLA, gamma-linolenic acid, than any other plant. So it's got some really great fats. You're well aware of the importance of good fats in your diet. Yeah. So hemp it's a perfect superfood to eat. But it's also medicinal. I
just never understood why hemp had gotten such a bad rap, and now I understand that it was really politically motivated by somebody who owned basically trees and didn't want to be in competition with the hemp to make paper. And yet, throughout the years after that, so many people suffered because of that.
Yeah.
So I guess it's actually a good thing that people are coming around a little bit.
It is. I'm really encouraged about the different legislation in different states that are trying to legalize medicinal hemp because of the fact that it is so good. It's not just a superfood. It's not just great for industrial uses, as we've mentioned, but it's a really good medicine.
Thank you so much for coming on, Ty. I really appreciate you being here.
Thank you, Carol. Appreciate it.
Do you know anyone with chronic pain, epilepsy, depression, PTSD, cancer, migraine headaches, or who have trouble sleeping? CBD oil, which has been proven to help relieve all of these problems, is now legal in Indiana. A product of the hemp plant, CBD oil doesn't get you high or show up in drug tests. It doesn't require a prescription and is a safe substitute for opioid prescriptions. Hi, this is Ricochet, a CBD user of Willy's Works Fireworks in Crown Point, your headquarters for CBD oil. Pain cream, calming teas, coffee, capsules, edibles, and even pain relief for your pets. If you have pain or just need to relax, stop by Willy's Works Fireworks at 1508 North Main Street in Crown Point and check out Willy's Works Fireworks on Facebook. So come to Willy's Works Fireworks for your CBDs.
Throughout history, a humble yet vitally important plant has contributed to the health and prosperity of civilizations both ancient and new. From the Egyptians to the Chinese, the Romans and the Greeks, from the Vikings of Northern Europe to societies in Africa and all over the globe, from colonial times to the Industrial Revolution, and to modern-day United States. This amazing plant has revolutionized economies, used in textiles, paper, housing, agriculture, making roads, foods, medicines, and fuel. It is said that oil derived from this plant was used for holy anointings. While legend has it this plant grew in southern Mesopotamia, in the most famous garden of all, described in religious texts that go back thousands of years, and yet, for the last 75 years and more, your access to this plant's remarkable health and prosperity benefits have been blocked. Some say willfully kept from you, from the people who need it the most, and from a planet that strains to keep its balance. At a time when millions struggle financially, barely getting by, and millions more suffer with pain. In a world where economies teeter on the edge of collapse, where the global ecosystem wobbles like a top spinning out of control, betrayed by those who seek to control what you think, what you believe, what you can ingest, and how far you go in life. We now live in a world desperate for the plant that has been wrongfully taken from you. An amazing plant that nourishes the body, enriches the earth, and as you're about to discover, provides you with the ability to make a difference. For your family, your community, and for generations yet to come. Be prepared to witness a story of rebirth, of cultures and economies, of your life, and the life of our precious planet Earth. It's now your time to be part of the solution and learn more about the Canaway hemp lifestyle.
The world is changing faster than ever. What used to take decades is now taking years or even months.
What you see right now is the illusion that people have had for many decades about the workplace being this secure place to work the rest of your life.
For the first time in the history of our nation, our children will not do as well as us.
We've seen our friends get laid off. We've been laid off. We've had our pay cut.
People are overworked and underpaid. They seem to have less time and less freedom. They live under constant pressure.
This is going to be forced. And so even if your employer loves you, they may have to cut you. There's something wrong that on Monday morning, the heart attack rate increases by 35%.
Technology is accelerating, job security is declining. It just doesn't seem like the old models of making a living are as reliable as they used to be.
Every aspect of our lives, there's a better way out there, but we're still doing it the old way.
We live in the greatest country on the planet, and there are a lot of people sitting around complaining and being cynical.
Like, everyone's whining about this old model, and I'm like, why don't you leave it? Look at all this over here. Look at all this opportunity.
Since so much of our lives revolve around our work and the way we make our living, many people are thinking there just has to be a better way.
The biggest challenge facing our world today is not making money, is what are we going to do with all the displaced, unemployed people?
People are afraid that they're going to make the wrong decision. People are afraid of the unknown. People are afraid that maybe I don't have the skills.
Hey, sports fans. Industrial age is over. It's dead. It's dying. That's why going to school to get a job is an obsolete idea. A steady paycheck is an industrial age idea.
In 2014, the global cannabis market was valued at over $240 billion, and it's now one of the fastest growing industries in the United States. Hemp can be used to develop over 50,000 different products, from nutritional supplements to biofuels to building materials. To put this into perspective, anything made by petroleum can be made from hemp. In virtually every industry it touches, hemp is a cleaner, more sustainable option to traditional materials. Most hemp-based products are biodegradable and require far fewer resources than most other crops. It takes just 140 days for hemp to be harvested and manufactured into pulp for paper. Timber, by comparison, requires several years to mature before it can go into production. Fibers derived from industrial hemp can be developed into ethanol-based biofuels, thus reducing our overall dependency on oil and fossil fuels. Sales of hemp food and other hemp health products have steadily increased over the last several years, growing 21% between 2013 and 2014. The hemp industry is rapidly growing in communities all across the globe. Medical Marijuana Inc. offers several unique ways to make the world a more sustainable place. The quickest and easiest way to get involved is by trying out a few of our products and seeing how they work for you. Some of our clients are so excited by the results, they become as eager as we are to share their experience with their friends and family. And a great way to do this is through our Can Away program. If you are interested in actively supporting the company's research and development of new products, check out the Medical Marijuana website for more information. Or if you're seeking answers to questions you may have about phytocannabinoids, check out Echo Connection. Our nonprofit organization is an online resource for news, scientific research, and patient stories. Find out how one story can save a life. The potential of hemp is undeniable, and the future of the hemp industry is limitless. As hemp-based products offer a better alternative to the status quo, new markets continue to grow and develop. Medical Marijuana Inc. is at the forefront of this expanding industry, and we are committed to a cleaner, more sustainable world.
All right, how's everybody doing tonight? My name is Damian Calais. I'm coming to you tonight from New Orleans, Louisiana. And it is my privilege, honor, and just glad to be here, guys. You know, one of the things that I am truly, truly grateful for is the fact that a buddy of mine presented this opportunity here that you're going to hear about tonight about 21 months ago. And you know, I was simply scrolling through Facebook and saw a really good buddy of mine who I really respect a lot, who was a former stockbroker, and reached out to him and said, "What are you doing?" I saw him posting about cannabis. I saw him posting about CBD. And initially, to me, that was what was attractive to me. It was the fact that I could position myself inside of the cannabis industry. And, you know, that was initially enough. I joined the company October 1st, 2016. Upon doing that, we launched the company shortly thereafter in San Diego, California on November 16th of 2016. And what's happened since then has just been truly amazing. I have never seen success in network marketing. As a matter of fact, I said that I was done with network marketing. I would never do it again. And, kind of had a really bad experience in my previous company. But because of the person that introduced this to me, I was at least willing to take a look at it. And, my buddy Jeff, his best friend, is the president of this company. So, initially for me, it was timing. It was all about the money. I don't apologize for those things. Anybody that understands business understands timing. Timing's everything. And upon us launching this company, November 16th of 2016, I met a little girl named Sadie Higuera. That little girl forever changed my life. This is a child that wasn't supposed to live past 2 years old. She has a condition called CDLK5. She's one of our ECHO families, which you'll find out a little bit more about here in just a few minutes. But meeting that little girl, hearing her story and her plight and her parents' story, it really truly hit my heart. And I believe one of the reasons why I have never done well in network marketing is because I always focused on the money. I never really was very passionate about the product. I never really, the product and the movement never really hit my heart. I'm a very red-blue personality type, so I'm driven by fun and excitement and money. And again, I don't apologize for those things, but at the end of the day, I believe that one of the reasons why I haven't seen the success that I'm seeing right now is because the product never really hit my heart like this one has. So I just wanted to go ahead and share with you guys that I initially got involved with this for what is going on the screen here. I'm not even touching my computer. So, I initially got involved for that reason. And when the product hit my heart, it just took on new meaning. So what I'm going to talk to you about tonight has truly changed my life. I went from being broke, less than $600 to my name, to knocking on the door of $20,000 a month. Guaranteed income, should reach that threshold this month in this company. And the reason why I tell you that is not to impress you, but just to let you know, I was on hard times when I found this company. I was praying for an opportunity. I needed an opportunity, and I found that opportunity. So just so you guys know, our company's name is Canaway, and Canaway is a division of Medical Marijuana Incorporated. Medical Marijuana Incorporated is the first publicly traded cannabis company. And we're based out of San Diego, California. Medical Marijuana Inc. is the leader in the cannabis space, really leading the charge in the ending of the prohibition of the cannabis plant. And the reason why I say that is because we were not some direct selling company that was failing that decided to say, hey, well, we want to add CBD to our product portfolio so that we can ride this wave out. And there's nothing wrong with that, but most of the companies in our industry that are now offering CBD were failing companies prior to their CBD, prior to entering into the CBD space. We were a very, very successful standalone company, which is publicly traded on the OTC market. And we saw the value of going into direct selling because of that belly-to-belly interaction. Because being able to educate people really and truthfully is where our opportunity comes from. How many people you will educate will be in direct proportion to the income that you earn here in Canaway if you decide to partner with us. So we have a bunch of different products and a bunch of different companies underneath our umbrella. I'm not going to go through all of them, but I'm just going to touch on a couple of them. Canna Life Sciences was recently on Dateline, and I'm sure you guys know Dateline on NBC. Our company was featured, and in that particular segment, the host of that segment said that we could possibly have the cure to the opioid epidemic, or Canna Life Science could possibly have that cure to the opioid epidemic. Now, again, our product is not meant to treat, heal, cure just about anything, but those are not my words. Those were the words of the host of Dateline. You can go back and look at that episode. It was about 5 weeks ago. And, our other company is going to be Hemp Meds. Hemp Meds is changed federal laws in 3 different countries. And Real Scientific Hemp Oil is what all of Canaway's products are made of. Now, Real Scientific Hemp Oil has also been featured on the Doctor's TV show. I'm sure most of you, if you're in the United States, I know we got people logging in from all over. But if you're It's a very, very, very prominent award-winning television show, and we were also featured on that for our oils. So we're not some CBD company. We're not a CBD company. We're the CBD company. And as you're getting ready to see here, Medical Marijuana Inc. is the company that has paved the way and blazed the trail for others to follow in. So the next thing that we're going to do here is we're going to play a quick video for you guys titled "A Company of First." And this video will show you how we are revolutionizing this industry. And I'm going to go ahead and press play here real quick. Enjoy the video.
When Medical Marijuana Inc. became the first publicly traded cannabis company, we challenged ourselves to become the world's premier phytocannabinoid provider. We innovated an online marketplace and direct sales program that cannot be matched. Our success as a company derives from our purpose to help people live better and create a more sustainable world. We sought out the most qualified farmers on the planet and developed the ideal cultivars for large-scale hemp production. In doing so, we were the first to develop a cannabidiol-based product line. We were also the first to standardize the concentration of cannabidiol in each of our products, simply because it had never been done before. In the beginning, there were no guidelines to ensure a product's quality, so we developed a multi-tier lab testing procedure because it was the right thing to do for our customers. In those early days, the technology to produce cannabidiol on the scale we envisioned simply did not exist. So we invented it, becoming the first company to create an integrated CBD pipeline in the process. We developed the largest, most reliable source of phytocannabinoid products for the United States and dozens of countries around the world. We have also led the way in research. We were the first to obtain a license from the National Institutes of Health to develop cannabinoids as a drug treatment for degenerative brain diseases like CTE. This research opens the door to therapies for several other neurological disorders. You can see the impact of this movement all across the globe. In Paraguay and Puerto Rico, ours were the first phytocannabinoid-based products to be licensed as medically approved treatments. In Brazil, one little girl's need for cannabidiol created the first ever government subsidies for a phytocannabinoid product. Now, our hemp oil is being prescribed in Brazil for epilepsy, Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, as well as for chronic pain and other conditions. In Mexico, the law was actually rewritten to allow the use of cannabidiol to treat a young autistic girl's seizures. To meet Mexico's strict regulation, we created the first completely THC-free hemp oil product on the market. From clean biofuels to building materials, hemp's possibilities are limitless. With it, we can change the status quo. We're proud of the things we've accomplished and the lives that we've touched. While many follow in our footsteps, we continue to forge a new path to health and wellness.
As you guys can see, we are the leader in the space, guys. Prior to our company, the industry didn't even exist. Quality standards didn't exist. Our sister company holds the license to the government's patent, which we'll talk about here in just a few minutes. And I think it's very clear for most people to see that we are the leader. And the reason why I keep bringing that up is because it matters where you get your CBD source from. There's so many different moving parts to this. And one of the things that I feel that is something that we need to get really good at is educating the customer on how to choose the right CBD. Because I've recently read a study by Penn University, and you can go to Google and look this up, that 70% of CBD that was tested by Penn University either contained no CBD or very, very, very small amounts of CBD, some of which had banned substances, and most of which was synthetic cannabinoids. So it's really important that if you're taking a look at this, that you need to buy your CBD from a trusted source. You need to understand that there's quality standards. You need to understand that it's legally sourced. You need to understand that there's no heavy metals and pesticides and herbicides and germicides being used in that product. You need to ask the question of, hey, what is the extraction method used? Some people are using an isopropyl alcohol extraction method. Actually, some of our competitors use that. So, if you read the label of an isopropyl alcohol, it says not for human consumption. So why are they extracting their product with an isopropyl alcohol? Ethanol is another way that they're extracting this CBD. Well, here we use a supercritical CO2. It does matter where you get your CBD from. It does matter that you have a very high quality product. So I encourage you guys to take a look at all of these different things as you're looking at this presentation. Next up is going to be Canaway. I really, really love this part of our company. We are family oriented. We have a nonprofit named Echo, and our Echo families are part of our family here. They come on our incentive trips with us, and they come to all of our events, and it's really an amazing thing to see all of these families that are not just customers of ours. They're not just people that are consuming our products. They're actually part of our family here. So we're very sustainable. What does that mean? That means that we're a carbon negative company. All the waste and byproducts of all of our oils is turned into hemp concrete. Now, in California, by 2020, you can no longer build a new construction home that is carbon carbon positive. It has to be carbon neutral. Now, just so you know, hemp concrete is carbon negative. It's mold resistant and it's fireproof. So all of the waste of all of our oil is being turned into hemp concrete. We're driven by science. To date, I don't know of another CBD. And of course, it's been a little while since I've done my research on this, but I know up until about a month ago when I researched this, we were the only CBD that had a clinical trial done on our products. Now that was done on our RSHO X, which is equivalent to the Canaway Pure. It's the exact same oil, and we have a clinical trial on that product. And the test, the test group of children that was monitored during this process got an 86% reduction in seizures. These were epileptic children with the weakest of all of our products. The GW Pharmaceuticals version, the synthetic version, was only a 24% reduction in seizures, and there was actually one death attributed to that particular drug. And I do have those clinical trials, and if you're a brand ambassador and your guest requests this, it's in your back office in Dr. Titus's presentation. We're also natural and botanical. You will not find anything synthetic in any of our products whatsoever. No synthetic sweeteners, no synthetic fragrances. Everything is 100% natural and botanical. Next up is going to be the history of hemp. Now, I find this quite fascinating. I always say that if you want to find out if you want to find out the truth on something, follow the money. Well, the history of hemp goes back almost 9,000 years old to the first fabric, which was discovered almost during the Stone Ages. The oldest record of hemp farming was found in China almost 5,000 years ago. And then the European settlers back in the 1600s, they brought hemp over with them. Hemp is a very, very, very cash crop in Europe and really throughout most of the world. Really here in the United States is the only place where you cannot legally grow that. The War of 1812 was also fought over hemp trade. The reason why I know this is, here in New Orleans, there was the most pivotal battle of the War of 1812, and that was the Battle of New Orleans. Had we lost that war, we would all be British today. But luckily, we didn't lose that war. And not that I have any problem with my friends over there in the UK, but that war was largely in part fought over hemp trade. Hemp was a very staple crop of American agriculture, and it could be exchanged as currency. Up until 1912, you could pay your taxes in hemp in the colony of Virginia. George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, John Adams all grew hemp and actively advocated for commercial hemp production and even grew hemp on their private lands. The Declaration of Independence was drafted on hemp. As late as the 1930s, medicinal hemp tinctures were available in pharmacies throughout the United States. And if you looked in the American Pharmacopoeia, there was almost every single medicine that was in there had the cannabis sativa L extract in it. Now, why all of a sudden was this plant just demonized? If it was so amazing and it just really was a thriving part of our economies for the last 5,000 years, why all of a sudden did it become public enemy number one? Well, that had a lot to do with a gentleman by the name of William Randolph Hearst. Now, if you understand who Mark Zuckerberg is, imagine Mark Zuckerberg back in the early 1900s. That is William Randolph Hearst. This man owned newspapers, he owned magazines, and all of the radio stations in the United States, but he also owned thousands of acres of hemp. hundreds of thousands of acres of hemp. And 1 acre of trees produces 10 times less the yield than 1 acre of hemp. It only takes a hemp tree 140 days to grow about 10 to 20 feet tall. So with that being said, he was hugely threatened by hemp. So what happened was they placed a tax on hemp in 1936 called the Marijuana Tax Act, and they classified hemp as one and the same with marijuana. We all know that that is not the case. So next up is going to be the difference between marijuana and hemp. Well, you know, hemp it's a very tall and lengthy plant. It's grown for its industrial application, and it has a very high concentration of CBD, which is not psychoactive like THC. Now, actually, there's very low amounts of THC in the hemp plant, and the THC that comes from the hemp plant is not psychoactive. As a matter of fact, if you smoked the entire tree, your lungs would fail before you ever got high. Now, the other side, which is the marijuana side, is very short and bushy. It's grown for its psychoactive effect, and there's really no industrial application whatsoever. Both of these plants are part of the cannabis sativa L family, but as you can see, they're totally different, like oranges and lemons. Next up is going to be, what are cannabinoids? What do we do here at Canaway is we provide the highest quality phytocannabinoids to the marketplace. And we're going to get to why here in just a second, why it's so important. But cannabinoids are a special compound found in the cannabis plant family, and there are about 148 documented cannabinoids. There's about 400 other different chemical compounds that are native to the cannabis plant and are common to all other plants like chlorophyll, terpenes, flavonoids, plant waxes. And cannabinoids and cannabinoid-like compounds are found in a handful of other plants such as echinacea, flax, common tea, kava, and hops. Now, this is really where it gets interesting, and I really want you to pay attention here. So these are phytocannabinoids that we're talking about, which is simply plant-based cannabinoids. But we also have endogenous cannabinoids, which are naturally occurring in the human body. Now, did you ever hear of something called the runner's high? That's a phenomenon created by the production and release of an endogenous cannabinoid, anandamide, as well as endorphins, and both are feel-good neurotransmitters. Only anandamide crosses the blood-brain barrier, thus responsible for the runner's high effect. A mother's breast milk, again, is an endogenous cannabinoid, and it's one of the highest concentration. It's one of the places where cannabinoids are most highly concentrated is in a woman's breast milk. So I'm willing to bet that if that was put in a woman's breast milk, that's pretty symbolic that maybe, just maybe, that we need to be consuming this. If our body produces it, then why aren't we consuming it? Well, we're going to get into that right here, right now. There's something called the endogenous cannabinoid system. Now, this is a discovery. It was only discovered about 30 years ago, and still to this day, only 1 in 7 medical schools teaches this. As a matter of fact, I was very encouraged that our medical school here in Louisiana State University, LSU Medical School, is teaching the endogenous cannabinoid system. It's the body's single largest self-regulatory system. It balances mood, sleep, appetite, and hormone production. It influences homeostasis and the harmony of all bodily functions. As you see in green, illustrated in green and blue, are your 2 receptor sites. One is called CB1 receptors, and the other one is called CB2 receptors. The CB1 receptor site is larger than if you took just that one receptor site, it's more than all of the other receptor sites in your body combined, just the CB1 receptors. The CB2 receptors regulate and maintain the immune system, and our plant-based hemp products feed the ECS directly. A deficiency in the ECS can upset the body's balance. As a matter of fact, Stanford University has now linked dementia, and this is published in Medical Studies in March of 2017. This was actually on the Tom Hartman show. And their finding was that one that is deficient in cannabinoids can develop dementia. They're now linking that to the early onsets of Alzheimer's disease. So, you know, there's a link between endogenous cannabinoid deficiency syndrome to dementia. Now, some of the other things that, and look this up, by the way, it's called endogenous cannabinoid deficiency syndrome. They're also claiming that you develop numerous treatment-resistant conditions such as fibromyalgia, IBS, chronic fatigue syndrome, and several other things that are of, I think I said fibromyalgia, yeah, but this is all a result of an endogenous cannabinoid deficiency. So the theory is we have, since the Marijuana Tax Act was passed and hemp was literally eradicated from our food chain, that we have 3 generations of people that are starved of cannabinoids. So next up is going to be a little bit about cannabis research. What do you know? The good old United States of America has been funding research in Israel for 50 years. Go figure that. This is a Dr. Raphael Mechoulam, and Dr. Raphael Mechoulam, he actually discovered THC in 1964, isolated it, and the United States began funding that research. In 1992, he discovered the first endogenous cannabinoid, which was anandamide. And in 1995, he discovered the second endogenous cannabinoid, which is a very long word, short for 2-AG. Now, these are the 2 cannabinoids that have been discovered in the human body. So if our body produces it, we have a system in our body of receptors called cannabinoid receptors, then I'm pretty sure that we're supposed to be consuming this. You see all the livestock and all of our cattle and all the animals back in the early, really up into the 1930s, they fed on hemp. Hemp was one of the largest food sources here in the United States, and it is still to this day around the world, just not here in the U.S. Why? Money. It has everything to do with money, guys. So don't believe the hype. The government has been misleading us, and they are very, 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 let's just say this. One side of the government, the National Institutes of Health, has a patent on this. Yep, a patent. 6630507. It's a U.S. government patent titled Cannabinoids as Antioxidants and Neuroprotectants. It's a 20-page document regarding the therapeutic usage of cannabinoids. This was awarded in 2003 to a Dr. Julius Axelrod, who's a Nobel Prize-winning laureate. Let me repeat that again. This was awarded to a Nobel Prize-winning laureate, Dr. Julius Axelrod, and guess who holds the license to this patent? Our sister company does, Canna Life Sciences, who was featured on Dateline about 4 or 5 weeks ago. And this states that the government's patent, again, these are not my words, this is the government's patent, states cannabinoids are useful in the treatment of a prophylaxis of a wide variety of oxidation-associated diseases such as ischemic, age-related, inflammatory, and autoimmune diseases. Cannabinoids are found to have particular application as neuroprotectants, for example, in limiting neurological damage following ischemic insults such as stroke, trauma, or in the treatment of neurodegenerative diseases such as Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, and HIV dementia. Non-psychoactive cannabinoids such as cannabidiol, CBD, are particularly advantageous as they avoid the toxicity-related issues of the psychoactive cannabinoids, meaning that it is much more beneficial to be consuming CBD from a non-psychoactive side in a non-psychoactive plant such as hemp than it is marijuana. Now, let's get into our family of products. Here in Cannaway, what we do is we provide the highest quality phytocannabinoids to the marketplace. All of our products are tested in an ISO IEC laboratory. From seed to table, there is a testing process. It's a triple lab testing procedure. Our products are 100% natural and organic, no pesticides, no herbicides, no GMOs, and we are federally legal, and we are about to be, in a couple days, the only company that is both federally legal, that meets all the federal laws, and all of the individual states' laws. So not only are we federally legal, but we're actually making some adjustments to our product offering so that we have no issues anywhere, because in some states they do have the rights to enact their own laws, but we are now the first federally legal cannabis company and the first company to meet all of the state's guidelines. One of the things, guys, that we're never going to do is we're never going to put anybody at risk here in our company. As a matter of fact, we call ourselves the professional company in a very unprofessional space. And some of those competitors in our industry have been shut down for illegally shipping into Canada, illegally shipping into Australia. And I don't want to be a part of a company that could potentially put me at risk because of their irresponsibility. And do understand that this company will not do that. We will not ride the gray area. We will follow the letter of the law exactly the way it is written in all states in the United States and abroad as we launch into Canada, which is coming up soon. And we're currently also legal in Europe. So who do you know in Canada? Who do you know in Europe? Because you could literally have a business in Europe. You could have a business in Canada. You could have a business here in the United States, all from the comfort of your computer. So our first up on our supplement line is going to be our Revive line. Revive line is proprietary to our company. You will not find this anywhere else. None of our sister companies carry this, and no other company has access to this because Dr. Janelle Kim is our product formulator. She formulates many other products for the industry of network marketing, but her family's lineage, which is from Dr. Ho Jun, who's this was 3,000 years ago. He was a brilliant physician in the 16th century Korea, but she has offered her family's healing tradition to our company. So this is a CBD and herbal blend. And one of the number one things that I'll tell you guys is that these products right here flat out get results. As a matter of fact, I was able to meet a man about 2 weeks ago in our industry who's very, very, very solidly planted in his company. He's not taking a look at Canaway. He's just a guy that I reached out to for mentorship. And he's the number 2 income earner of all time in our industry. His name's Jeff Roberti. Jeff has a hard time sleeping. Well, what do you know? I happened to have some PM with me. The next day, I gave him our PM. He said, I've slept better than I've ever slept. And this guy hardly ever sleeps. And now, he's hopped on our team call. He's done a team training for us simply because of his product experience with our PM. Think of how many people you know that take sleep aids every night. They're popping pharmaceuticals just to go to sleep. That's no way to live life. That's no way to live life. Well, here our PM blend will help you get quality sleep. It encourages longevity. It really gets you that deep REM sleep. And we all know what happens when we get good sleep. We're way more productive. Now, the AM is a formula that will boost your energy level, increase vitality, balances your bodily systems, and improves mental clarity. So if you have focus issues, you definitely want to be taking the AM and our Optimal Rejuvenation, which is in the middle, which is my personal favorite CBD. That one is the one that tastes best. I'm squirting that thing in my mouth at least 2 to 3 times a day. I also put it in my smoothies every single day. So Revive line is by far my personal favorite line. That's the one that I travel with pretty much just about everywhere I go. So this, by the way, again, is proprietary and exclusive to only our company. Next up is going to be our full spectrum cannabinoid supplements. Now, this is the line that was featured on the Doctor's TV show. This is more for a therapeutic usage, not so much supplement. I guess you could supplement with this also. I mean, I do take these on a daily basis also. But one of the things that you'll understand is a lot of people that are coming to us looking for some type of a therapeutic usage, and this is the line that you want to go with if you're looking for a therapeutic usage. And this one right here is our Real Scientific Hemp Oil. All of these products are made with that, again, featured on the Doctor's TV show. And as you see on the left-hand side, we have it in oil, capsules, and an applicator. Just different delivery systems for different types of people. If you travel a lot, you might want the capsules because the applicator has to be in a refrigerator, but there's just different delivery systems, same exact quality of product. And on the right-hand side is our highest quality, our gold line. This one right here is 120 milligrams per serving. That's 3,600 milligrams. There's nothing in the industry of network marketing that can even come close to this. The highest in the network marketing industry, aside from our 1,500 milligrams, so I think it's 1,000 milligrams. So this one's 3,600 milligrams, almost 3 times the amount of our competitor's largest. And if you look on the left-hand side, the one on the bottom, the applicator on the bottom is 50 milligrams per day. Most people say, well, Damien, how much of this am I supposed to be taking on a daily basis? The suggested serving size on a daily basis is 50 milligrams per day. That's 1,500 milligrams. If you're taking anything less than that, you're not taking enough, and you're basically just throwing your money away. So you need to be taking minimum 50 milligrams per day. Now, by the way, real quick, this particular product line right here is not the line that you want to be taking if you're worried about a drug test. So if you're subject to drug testing at work, maybe you're an athlete, police officer, government employee, you do not want to take this product line right here because it does contain trace amounts in the federally legal limit of THC. What you want to take is this line right here. These are our pure CBD supplements. It's only CBD. There's nothing else in there, no THC, and these will meet the World Anti-Doping Association standards, meaning that there's 207 compounds that are banned by the World Anti-Doping Association. So athletes can take these particular products right here because these do not metabolize into any of those 207 compounds. Everything from our vapes on the right-hand side to the middle, our energy chews, and on the left-hand side is our pure CBD. This pure CBD right here is 100% THC free. There is not even a trace of THC in these right here. So rest assured that if you're concerned about a drug test and you're not wanting to take THC, then this is the product line for you. So we have something for everyone. Next up is going to be my new favorite morning regimen. I put my Super Greens inside of the protein. These are two different products. And I also put my CBD in there, my Optimum Rejuvenation in there. Since I've started on this, I think I've lost 13 or 14 pounds. I'm going on a new health journey right now. I promised my girlfriend that I would be in good shape or decent shape for our trip that we're going to in Hawaii, which we'll talk about here in just a quick second. But the Super Greens right here have more than 40 different healthy ingredients. It has your healthy green blend, antioxidant blend, fiber blend, probiotic and digestive blend. Our B-Bong is also in these two products, so this is also exclusive to only our company. You can't find this anywhere. Then on the right-hand side is our Power Protein. This contains all of your omega-3s and 6s. It has over 20 grams of protein and your full 9 essential amino acids, giving you all the amino acids, all your branch chain amino acids. And all you guys out there, especially those of you that are athletes, maybe competitors, understand that this one right here, that's super important to have those amino acids. This is also a hemp protein. It's the only hemp protein on the entire direct selling marketplace. So, a lot of the things that I've said, we're the first company to do a lot of this stuff. Here's another one right here. This particular product line, our Defined line, was recently featured at the Oscars, has been in Vogue magazine, and this is the first CBD-infused skincare line. This is the first CBD-infused skincare line. And we were giving this away actually at the Oscars on the red carpet. Some of our business partners were there and got a booth there and a gifting suite so that they can give it away to most of the actors. And if you look over there on the far right, that's our essential oils. It's made with terpenes, and in the middle is our Can Active. If you have children that might have acne issues and you don't want to be giving them that other company that does all the infomercials and starts with a P, kind of sounds the same, that will strip the skin because there's lots of bleaches and different chemicals in there. This one's 100% chemical free, 100% natural, no artificial ingredients, won't strip the skin, won't damage the skin. And we've seen some really tremendous amount of results with this, especially with children that have acne, guys. That is a blow to the self-esteem. And when you can help a child, get rid of that acne, and they're poking their chest out a little bit more, and they're really just feeling much better about themselves. Because I know I never really had an issue with this, but I had lots of friends that had to get their faces scraped when they were kids, and they really had acne bad. And I was very fortunate not to be one of those people, but this is a really great opportunity to be able to bless some people with a non-toxic skincare regimen. Then we also have next to that on the left-hand side, I personally believe this product right here is a product that we could build a billion-dollar company with by itself. These things right here are the keys to how I've done over almost, I think, a little bit over $8 million in sales on our team. Our team's been kicking some butt with this. This is the most impactful product that we have. If you want to get someone's attention, you give them this product right here. Find anybody that has any kind of discomfort in their joints, hands, knees, wherever, and say, put this where the discomfort is. Put it where the discomfort is. Within 5 or 10 minutes, you will have an emotional response, and you will grab their attention quite quickly. This one right here is the one that I call my business card. I do not pass out business cards. I pass out samples of salve. I pass out 3 to 6 of these every single day to random strangers, and I look to plant positive seeds in the world, just knowing that I'm blessing people. And I know that those seeds will sprout up in other areas of my life. I don't ask for their phone numbers. I simply have my number on the label here, and I tell them when they get the result they're looking for, and all I'm asking for is a testimonial. Go ahead and text me your testimonial and let me know how fast it worked. So this right here, without a doubt, is my favorite product to lead with. I also use it in my hair. My girlfriend laughs at me. I use it in my hair as gel. but it smells really good, makes the hair really soft. But that's our salve, guys. We could make $1 billion company with this one product right here because this is by far the most impactful and immediately works within 5 or 10 minutes. Now, if you're going to be a part of a hemp lifestyle company, you need to dress the part, right? So here in our company, we partnered with Hempies, which is the world's largest provider of hemp clothing. And now we're able to offer this to our brand ambassadors. So, while you're out there in public, if, you wanted to wear a hemp shirt, then guess what? I want you to grow hemp. And guess what? That starts conversations. And, not only do you get to wear it, but you get to make money off of it. So this has BV and volume attached to it. So if the field is buying this stuff, then you're earning money off of it. So I have the wallet, I have the t-shirt, I have the beanie. I definitely don't have the yoga pants. You don't want to see me in yoga pants, but we do have the yoga pants. We also have jeans, but a little bit of everything here. But this is our new partnership with Hempies. We're very excited about that. And with that being said, guys, I want to talk to you about the cause. I want to talk to you about what I believe everything's all about, and that is Echo Connection. Echo is our nonprofit. This is another thing you will not find with any of the other direct selling companies and any other cannabis companies on this planet. I have yet to see any of them that give away their product for free. Well, guess what? We do. If there is a family that comes to us and their child is reliant on these cannabinoids for quality of life, which many are, and they can't afford these products, we give it to them. I think last year we gave over $160,000 in product away to 60 different families on a monthly basis. And these are people whose lives they rely on these products for quality of life. I don't take these for that reason. I take them for supplementation. And when you get to meet these families and hear their stories and their plights, there's two of these families that you see right here were the reasons why the laws were changed in Mexico and in Brazil. And these people are pioneers. These are people who are fighting for their children's health. These are people who wouldn't accept no. They wouldn't accept the results that the pharmaceutical world was bringing to them. They wouldn't accept any of that stuff, as I'm sure you wouldn't either if it was your child. I don't have children, but I have a dog, and I know what I would do for my dog. And this is the heartbeat of our company. This shows what we're all about. We don't want to deny anyone the access to these products here. And this is what changed my life, meeting little Sadie, who's on the far left, in the middle. She's in the stroller with her sister with the little tiara on her head. That's Sadie Higuera. That little girl is a miracle child. She doesn't even know it, but she's impacted thousands and thousands of people's lives with her story. Her parents are just truly strong people. But this is what it's all about. If you decide to become a customer with us or you decide to become a brand ambassador with us, please give the Echo. I mean, it's 100%. All the administrative costs are paid for by Medical Marijuana Inc. So every dollar and every dime of that $1 or $5 or whatever you can do on a monthly basis to your order goes 100% to Echo and 100% to these families. We're not like the Red Cross, where 20 cents goes to the actual victims and the rest of it goes to salaries and administrative fees. 100% of administrative fees are paid for by our parent company. This is something that we're very, very, very proud of. This is something right here that we really need to as a brand ambassador force, and we need to support this cause. And I'm going to challenge you, if you're watching this right now, maybe you are one of the brand ambassadors. Maybe add that $5, that $1 to your smart ship, and maybe start building that culture down throughout your team. Start building that culture down throughout your customers, because that $1, if we got everybody to just do $1, guys, we'd be able to help so many more people. And we had a waiting list of people who are waiting for these products, and we can't just give it away to everybody. There's only so far the dollar goes, but the more money we raise as a field and from our customers, the more people we get to help. So as you guys can see, I'm really, really, truly passionate about this. I do not believe I would be doing as well, and our team would be doing as well in this company without these people. These people are the heartbeat of our company. By the way, Echo is also a platform which is somewhat like a WebMD style platform, and PubMed. It's also a community where if you have questions about cannabinoids and you want to be able to freely ask questions, then you can go to this website and do so. You can also go ahead and research the different states' laws. You can go research all the different topics of different conditions that have had favorable results in clinical trials. Most of the studies that are on this website are from the National Institutes of Health. So these are actual real scientific medical studies on different categories. So whatever it is that you might be dealing with that you have questions about, go to Echo and look up the index and just pull up whatever it is that you might be dealing with yourself. And maybe you'll find your answer there. As I said earlier, guys, we were featured on the doctors, and that's something we're very, very, very proud of. You know, the fact is that the legal cannabis industry is the fastest growing industry in the United States, and I'm willing to bet it's going to be in Canada, and it probably will be in Europe pretty soon too, the fastest growing industry. There's almost 25,000 medical studies that tout the benefits of cannabis. 25,000. You don't have to go convince people that this stuff works. The research has already been done. Most of it was done by the government. So you don't have to be the one making the claims. You don't have to be the one convincing people. All you got to do is point them to the tools where they can go do their own research. An informed customer is the best type of customer, because an informed customer doesn't cancel because of buyer's remorse. An informed customer understands the importance of consuming these products on a daily basis for preventative measures, for supplementation, for many different reasons. You know, cannabis is becoming mainstream right now. It's seen all throughout all the media outlets. Our products have been featured again on the doctors, the Oscars, Newsweek, Forbes, CNBC, MTV Movie Awards, CBS, Fox, Yahoo Finance, Telemundo, USA Today, Fortune, Allure, Vogue magazines, and the list goes on. Again, we're not a CBD company, we're the CBD company. We're the ones that have blazed the trail that everybody else now follows in. The right place, the right time. Timing's everything. Yes, we have amazing products. Yes, we have amazing leadership. Yes, we have just about everything has aligned in this company. But the one thing that will not be here forever is the timing. Right now is the time to get in this industry like I did 21 months ago. I'm not very special. I just got in at the right time. I went to work and I really let this thing get in my heart. I went and shared it with a whole bunch of people. Over the next 10 years, this industry is expected to hit $57 billion by 2027. You know, and as you can see right here, adult use recreational market will cover about 67% of that spending. Medical marijuana will take up about 33%. The largest group of cannabis buyers will be in North America, with almost $9.2 billion in 2017 to $47.3 billion a decade later. As you can see here, the projection is massive. It's massive. So one of the things you got to ask yourself when looking at an opportunity is the industry and company going in the direction that I would like to go in? And I'm willing to bet that if you asked 100 people, if you went to ask 100 people, hey, do you think the cannabis industry is going to grow in the next 10 years? Unless they live under a rock somewhere in the Himalayas and there's no access to any type of media, they might say no to that question. But if they're on social media, and they have a TV, and they have a cell phone, it's in the news every single day. President Trump has recently said that he is thinking about legalizing it federally. So, and I'm talking about the marijuana side. We're already legal federally on the non-psychoactive side. So the opportunity here is huge. So is the space that you're taking a look at, is it going in the direction that you're going in? What about the company? Is the company going in the direction that you're going in? Well, I'd have to say, from March of 2016, when Blake Schrader took over, our current CEO, through May of 2018, we've grown our company 52 times. 52 times increase in monthly sales. The only month that we did not increase in sales was December of 2017. So 52 of the 53 months that Blake has been here, 52 of the 53 months that Blake has been here, our company has grown. That is tremendous growth, guys. So again, is the company moving in the direction that you would like to go in? Is the company having massive growth? And if it is, that's where you want to position yourself, in a hot space. The opportunity, Harvard School of Business, it says that in network marketing, joining a company with 500,000 distributors or less is a cutting edge opportunity. Joining with 100,000 distributors or less is a once in a lifetime opportunity. Well, here in Canada, we've got 38,000 distributors now. 38,000 distributors worldwide. So, again, timing's everything. Oceanfront real estate is here right now. Now, there's many ways that we get paid. There's 10 different ways that we get paid, and I'm not going to talk about all 10 tonight. We can send you a video on that. We're running a little bit late right now, a little bit over time. But the first thing I want to talk about is a 3 and free program. That's both for our customers and brand ambassadors. Our customers, if they refer us 3 people and they're consuming the same thing that they're consuming, they get theirs free the following month. Same thing for brand ambassadors. If you decide to become a brand ambassador, you can get your product for free. I have yet to pay for my product since the first month that I've came in. And then any product that you do consume is 100% tax deductible. So not only is it free, but it's also tax deductible. That's a win-win. Next up is our minimum income guarantee. The minimum income guarantee to me was one of the first things that I saw in this company. It was very, very, very intriguing to me. I've been in network marketing companies before, and no one could ever tell me exactly what I needed to do to make $100,000 a year. When I came into this, my sponsor said, "What type of income would you like to make?" And first goal that I said was 6 figures. Well, I hit that in 7 months, and he was easily able to point to the rank of national director. And at national director, you're guaranteed $8,333 per month. My current rank right now is international director. Minimum income guarantee for me is $12,500 per month. The next rank that I hit, which should be this month, is vice presidential director. That's $20,000 per month. From a guy who was at $600 in his bank account to $20,000 a month, knocking on the door, $20,000 per month. You know, I don't want to make income claims, guys, because my results are different than everybody else. My work ethic is different than everybody else. I don't know what your work ethic is. It may be more than mine. It may be you may work harder than I do. But at the end of the day, you get paid based off of the minimum income guarantee here. That it's just a way to, if somebody says, "Hey, I need to make $60,000 a year," point to regional director, and then show them exactly the volume requirements that is required to reach that rank. So at least here you have an exact roadmap, and you know exactly what you're shooting for to replace that income, or maybe add a second income. Now, this is one of the main reasons why I came here, the stock incentives. And I'm not sure if you guys can see this, but up there is one of my stock certificates that I got from the company. I've now earned 300,000 shares of stock from the company. Starts at the rank of national director, and this will end at 2018. So if you're getting started with us today, I would highly suggest you shoot for that national director rank and get yourself 100,000 shares of stock in our company. Goes all the way on down to Crown Ambassador. We actually have added a new rank of double Crown Ambassador. If you max out that before 2018, that's a total of 4.4 million shares of stock. So wherever you fall, that's free stock from the company. These are not key man shares. These are not one day we might go public. These are real stock in a real publicly traded company right now that owns our company. And I already have my stocks 300,000. And I was actually in a company 2 companies ago where they were like, "Oh, when we go public, you're going to get this and get that." And never got the stocks. I qualified for them, but never got them because they never went public. So that's called key man shares. These are not key man shares. These are real tangible shares of stock. So this is, by the way, you can look up the ticker. It's MJNA. It's MJNA, and again, it trades on the OTC market. We also have incentives. In 2018, we're going to Kauai. I've already qualified for this trip, and I know several people on our team have qualified for it. All you got to do is hit the rank of Regional Director Elite before July 31st, 2018. If you do that, you're coming to Hawaii with us. Next up is going to be our new value packs. We've now come up with some new value packs. We recognize where the demand is, and we've altered some of our packages up. And as you can see right here, we have everything that you could possibly think of. You know, I personally recommend that if anybody's going to be very serious about the business side, that you do either the junior executive pack or above, because these are our fast start packages. We have a fast start qualification period within the first 30 days in order for you to be able to go from 10% to 30% commission, or that triple DSB, which is our direct selling bonus, the initial commission made off of the purchase of one of our packages in the first 30 days, and you need to purchase a junior executive pack or above. The junior executive pack starts at $699. And if you want more details on that, get back with the person that invited you. We can show you the exact details on that. Now, what if I told you there was a proven and predictable pattern of revenue-producing activities that will guarantee your success in this company with your ability to be able to execute these 10 steps? I have not seen a person yet in 21 months that has completed all 10 of these steps right here that did not get their investment back, that did not fast start qualify within their first month. The only times they don't get their investment back, the only time they don't fast start qualify is when they don't execute these steps. They might execute 5 or 6 of them, but they don't go through all 10 of them. Well, I'm here to tell you that this was designed by a gentleman named Randy Schrader, who's made almost $40 million at this. You know, one of the things you got to do is you got to keep this simple. You got to keep it very simple. It's got to be something where the newest person can do this on day one. And as long as you can go through these 10 steps and complete all 10 of them within your first 30 days and do the required activities to succeed in this business, I am going to guarantee you that you will fast start qualify and you will earn your investment back, because I have yet to see someone that has not done it. So with that being said, my last closing statement is this. We're here right now in the ending of the prohibition of the cannabis plant. Where do you see yourself in the evolution of this industry? Client, a partner, a leader? You know, if you're like me and there was too much month at the end of the money, you need an opportunity. You need a plan. I didn't have one, and I'm so glad that Jeff offered this to me. I'm very grateful for my quality of life now. I got my freedom back. I got my mojo back. You know, there's money in the bank. I paid off almost all my debt from Canaway. And I'm telling you that if I can do this, you can do this. So if you don't have a plan and you're looking for one, I'm going to invite you to join us here in Canaway, because we have a plan. We have a plan with the company that started it all. We're not some CBD company. We're the CBD company. And the last thing I want to say is this. Imagine this. Most companies in this industry of network marketing do not last long term because they run out of product. They run out of product development. They run out of innovation. Well, I'm here to tell you that anything made from petroleum can be made by hemp. That's 52,000 products can be made by hemp. Again, anything made from petroleum can be made from hemp. So the opportunities for product extension are endless. So I don't ever see a time where we're not going to be able to innovate and offer new products. And eventually, I want you to just think about this for a second. Our founder named it Canaway for a reason. Think of the largest company in the industry of direct selling. It's called Amway. A lot of people like to balk at that and hem and haw about Amway because they probably know somebody that failed at it, because it's a very complex business model, way different than ours, but they still do $12.8 billion a year in sales, the largest direct selling company in the industry. So our founder, when he founded this company, he wanted to create the cannabis catalog of like Amway, everything from household cleaners to, you know, shampoos and skincares and all these different things. And there's no end to the directions that we can go in. So we have timing, we have the leadership, we have a very lucrative compensation plan, and we have a plant that makes 50,000 different things. I'm going to be the first to invite you to take a really hard look at this. Get back with the person that invited you. Let them know where you are on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 meaning I'm not interested at all. I just want to be a customer, maybe. I'll refer you some business. Or, hey, 10, you know, Ray Charles can see this opportunity. That's all I got for tonight, guys. My name is Damian Calais. Sorry I went late. I get really passionate about this. I get really fired up about this. This has changed my life. Why can't it change yours? Y'all have a good night. Much love. God bless.